Oh yeah, it's Saturday, and let's face it, there is no better time than to practice than right here and right now. And if we practice seriously, we might just have a breakthrough. That would be awesome. That would be absolutely awesome. So you gotta join me now and get your guitar out, grab your freaking metronome or whatever you have, and let's practice. So unlike yesterday, I'm not warmed up now, so I won't be shredding right away, but in a little while, that's probably gonna happen. But I'll just start somewhat gently and hopefully things will get hot. It's a little bit too hot to warm up, so let's slow down a little bit more. Johnny, what's up? Oh, struck me. Gotta do this. Everyone's gotta see the comments. Still a little bit too fast, so I'm gonna go to 93 BPM now, and I'm in E minor. So if you want to tune in, how do you sweep, man? Good question there by FroJ on Instagram. So let's just warm up a little bit, and we can definitely speak about how to sweep it. Just Bondi, what's up? Just Bondi, big thanks, man. Sounds like Cliffs of Dover. Thank you, Jay Marshall. And so it might be related to how I play these arpeggios. I'm trying to get very good separation between every note. And Johnson is obviously king at that, so I'm very grateful for the comparison. Hey there, Estella. What is afterlife? Is that what we're in? Oh man. Igis Yanturi from Instagram, what's up? From Instagram, oh no, from Jakarta, Indonesia, sorry. Where are you guys from? Drop me a city and maybe a country. If it's very far away, consider I'm a Swedish rock and roller, so I might not know every city in the world. Or actually, I'm pretty sure I don't. Oh, from Hawaii. Here's a jealous Swede. Freaking Hawaii. Nebraska. That's got to be warmer than here, or maybe not. I'm not sure. We still have winter here, but it's about to be spring. Igisyan, what's up? Sorry, Maxim, I don't do covers. Handam, what's up? Creeper, sorry, I don't do cover tracks. I'm useless. I haven't played cover songs for like decades. You can tell, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to play this while speaking if I had been playing cover songs. I've been doing something else. What could that have been? Maybe, just maybe, I've been shredding! Woohoo! Whoa, I gotta warm up a little bit more. I think I'm pushing things now. Ice and Keeler, what's up? I think it's the third live stream in a row that we catch each other. That's pretty cool. Great question there by O. What are the essential scales? That's something we can speak about. Ah, I messed up. I'm no prince, I'm the freaking king. Sorry man, don't know any purple prince. Oh, no mess ups allowed. Too many mess ups. Thank you, LM Albert. Just as I was messing up, you're telling me nice stuff. Thank you, Hugo. I recognize you. I think you've been in the streams before, right? Gizmo, let's play guitar. Sounds like a plan, man. Warmed up now, or a little bit warmer, I should say. I was pretty cold when I started out there, so I'll just warm my hand like this. Cool, 2 yards. So I was right in recognizing you. So I was asked 2 questions. Sweeping, which is a common one. I should probably do something more elaborate on that one, but you know, about scales. And scales, I've already done something super elaborate where I show you my 5, if I remember correctly, favorite scales, and you can find that tutorial for free on my Patreon if you go to the theory part. Anyhow, what I tend to do for this kind of thing is a mix between minor and harmonic minor. So in this case, E minor and E harmonic minor. The exception being when I go into like a blues lick, that's usually pentatonic plus all these lovely extensions. But it might sound like a little bit boring just playing like minor and E harmonic minor. But the thing is, that's sort of the pattern I'm seeing on the fretboard. Within that pattern reside lots of different things. For example, diatonic arpeggios. So that's just a fancy way to say we can play the 7 chords that are within any minor key. So in E minor, there are 7 triad chords. We can play those as arpeggios. Maybe you've heard someone say, well, this tune is in E minor, and you have this bunch of chords like C major, and you have G major. It's like, okay, so It's the key of E minor, but I'm playing C major and G major. Yes, that's correct. But that also means we can play the C major triad arpeggio and the G major triad arpeggio within the framework of E minor. So, I'm playing E minor scale. That's just a boring scale. And now, C major arpeggio, G major arpeggio. I'm still within the key of E minor, and I can keep going. D major, E minor triad, D major triad, C major triad. And now let's do harmonic minor. B major triad. Okay, now let's do B minor, B major triad. Sounds like harmonic minor, B minor, B major. So all of that is contained within the key of E minor. So that leads me to the very first question, which was about sweep picking, because I did a lot of sweep picking there. So my favorite shape is probably that major triad shape. So I can just give you an example. 15th fret A string, 15, and then 14, and then 12, and then 13, and then 12, and then 50. That's my favorite shape. And then I move that around. So just one shape, 3 different places. Pretty cool. So I just have to learn one shape, and once I master that, I can just move that around. So again, I was showing you C major triad arpeggio. We're going to start on the A string. It's 15, 14, 12, 13, 12, 15, and then back. I use sweep picking, which means I'm going to be playing all these notes in one consecutive downstroke. So not, that's all downstrokes, but it's not one consecutive downstroke. What I need to do is this. That's a consecutive downstroke. That's what's going to convey to or convert to a faster speed, whereas this, while correct on paper, because they're all downstrokes, is still incorrect in reality, because if I try to play this fast, I can't. Whereas this, super easy, okay? That's kind of the basics of sweep picking. So let's try this one single shape and move it around a bit more. First, let's establish the tonality of E minor. This guitar, it's a Solar A1, and I was actually given this guitar by Ola England, and it's definitely my best metal guitar, maybe my best shredding guitar as well. Depends on my mood. If I'm into metal shred, then it's this one. If it's more like Yngwie neoclassical or maybe even fusion shred, it's probably going to be my Strat. I don't play Song 2 by Blur. I haven't played cover songs for decades, sorry man. Can you please show 2 modern jazz forms that you can span across a fretboard? What do you mean? I have no idea what that means. 2 modern jazz forms. Do you mean like licks? Hey there, Dandy. I'm not a jazz dude. I don't play any bebop licks. I improvise a lot, so in that sense I play jazz, but I'm not sure what you mean. If you explain, I'll try. Do I ever get bored of being so good? 2 kind, man. Well, I'm only playing the stuff I know right now, so that's why you might be impressed. If I tried to play things I didn't know, and I'm not speaking about songs, but rather concepts, licks, and ideas, then you wouldn't be so impressed, and you probably wouldn't have asked that question. So what I'm trying to say is that you never get bored. Even if you get very good, you can always get better, and you should explore stuff that are outside of your comfort zone. Everybody has them, and that's guaranteed to not bore you. In fact, it can scare you. You can start to feel really bad about your ability, which can be helpful if you're getting too cocky about yourself, but yeah. So I'm not bored. I love practicing and playing. Thank you, David. I'll never stop believing. Oh, sorry, I don't do any cover songs, Mano. I can't. I haven't played cover songs for decades. Okay, so I think I understood the question about jazz shapes. So I can try that. I just want to say to Keys on Instagram, says, please listen to the song on Spotify or YouTube. I don't listen to other songs in the stream because you get copyright strikes and stuff like that. But you can send me a PM and I'll check it out. So two jazz shapes that span across several octaves. So I think maybe you're referring like an arpeggio with some extensions. I'm not a jazz dude, or at least I don't do any bebop licks, which is commonly associated with jazz guitarists. But I'll just, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna add on to what I just mentioned about that C major triad arpeggio, because we can add some cool notes to that. Yes, Ronet, it's a solar guitar. So, you know, there are lots of cool notes you can add to any C major triad arpeggio, or any arpeggio that is. And there are good reasons why you would want to add notes to an arpeggio, because if I just play those three notes up and down, it can be cool, but it can also sound a bit repetitive. So if you want something going on within the arpeggio, I like to add some extra notes on the top strings, so on the E and the B strings. And that allows me to create little melodies and licks within the arpeggio shape. So you know, I can come up with more variations thanks to that. I can show you one that would imply, let me see, Actually, it's a bit of a Lydian feel if you think of it as C major, but I think of it as, you know, E minor, so it just sounds E minor. But either way, here are some cool notes you can add to your C major triad arpeggio that I just showed you, so you can rewind if you missed my explanation, or you can when the stream is done. Atom Gamer, I'm not sure I remember you. Please remind me. My name memory sucks. I do remember maybe the Japanese member name. What's up? Although of course I can't pronounce it. So we have our C major shape. I'm going to be adding the 14th fret here on the E string. So that gives us the opportunity to play 3 notes per string. And that on its own is extremely rewarding. Hey, Scott Petrie, awesome! He's a fellow live streamer who does a lot of blues streams. I've enjoyed lots of his streams. So like this. We can add some stuff. It's just easier to not having to do constantly. We can stay a little bit on top. Do something up there and then go down. So that 14 on the high E string allows us to do that. Again, the arpeggio, if you missed it, is this. 15, 14, 12, 13, 12, 15. So I'm adding the 14 there. And that gives us... But that's not enough. I want something to do on the B string as well. So I'm going to be adding the 13 there. So from the beginning, on the A string, we get the arpeggio, which is 15, 14, 12, 13, 12, 15. That's the arpeggio shape. We can play it the same notes on the way down. But I'm going to be adding the 14 on the high E string and the 13 on the B string. This way, I can play 3 notes per string on the E string. 1, 2, 3. And on the B string. 1, 2, 3. That makes it so much easier to come up with phrases. Let's try it. That's not really a phrase, but it's a variation of a pattern rather. So instead of just playing the arpeggio, we add some extra stuff. Thank you, Joshua. So I do that all the time. That was just an example. Let's do it some more. So if I'm in E minor, same thing, but with B major now. Let's do it with B minor. Oh, sorry, B major. And play the harmonic minor. So that's how I add stuff to my arpeggios, and it might seem like, whoa, this is crazy difficult, and it is very technically demanding, but it's actually easier than to just play arpeggios all the time. That's the hardest thing you can do. So if you weave in some extra notes into those arpeggios, it becomes easier, although it looks crazy difficult, but it actually simplifies things a little bit. Kovacs, how you doing, man? Gaston on Instagram says, I definitely need to practice more with the left hand. Yes. So for this kind of picking, this kind of technique where I sweep pick, it might appear that, okay, I need to think about the sweeping, but that's the easy part. The hard part is really the left hand. So I practice the left hand without any sweeping, and then I add the sweeping. But I don't need it there. And that's, I think that's an important approach there. 2 yards, thank you for asking. Pick size, so this is 2.1 millimeter chicken pick. It's a little bit dirty. I guess that's how you can see it says 2.1. It's a pretty cool pick. It's a little bit not pricey, but it's expensive, more expensive than your regular pick. I love these picks. I haven't sent them for free, I should say, but I love them so much I ask for more, and that's what I play, the chicken picks. what 6-string guitar with a wide neck would you recommend? Because after playing an acoustic guitar, the neck on my ESP seems narrow. The Solar has a wide neck. No, it doesn't have an extremely wide neck, at least if you compare it to an acoustic guitar. I don't know, maybe like a Gibson LP style guitar. They're usually a bit chunkier. But it's a good thing when you're browsing guitars. Usually you can get the specs of the width at fret 0. That should tell you everything you need to know. I think standard is like 4.2 centimeters. That's like a Strat, I think 4.1 or 4.2. So I guess you're looking at 4.5 maybe, if that's available. Heavy metal, can't resist that. I don't know if that's so metal, but a little rock funky. Maybe slow down a little. You know what? Yeah, Gibson are wider, agreed. So we can do a backing track now that I'm a little bit more warmed up. This is more like an electronic metal thing I recorded a couple of months ago. D minor. Oh. Thank you, Sharim, for digging the sound on Instagram. So question on Instagram there, what do I think about Ibanez guitars? So I love Ibanez guitars. I have an Ibanez RG and I have an FRM 100, so the Fireman. But the big problem is, as much as I love the RG, is I can unfortunately not play it for shredding anymore. Something with that thin neck is just killing me. It's a shame because I really love the guitar. It's the most stable trem I got. It sounds cool in spite of being the shreddy kind of fusion-esque guitar. So yeah, I guess I should look into their like all of those like modern fusion Tom Quayle style Ibanez, because those have, I think, more standard like stratty necks. But as much as I love the idea of that thin neck, I have problems playing them now because I get strained with it. I need something chunkier. Just I need ever since I got in my mid-40s, I need to avoid this grip, you know, and instead I need to go for that. Sounds weird, but that's why you often see my thumb up here. So yes, if I had unlimited resources, I would buy myself a couple of more Ibanez, because that would I think what I want is probably something with the Ibanez trem, but with maybe like a thinner neck, or maybe without the trem, because I don't use the trem as much. But I don't like the super thin necks, or I used to love them, but I don't know why that is. Yards is sending me a gift. Thank you, Yards. Okay, so let's play some more and see if you guys come up with more thoughts, questions, concerns, or just random insults. Shoot! Gotta rest my hand a little bit there. So we got a good question by Unit Sleep on Instagram, who's saying, after learning some minor scales, I am stuck what to learn first. Can you give me some advice? So the way I interpret that question is, what do I learn after the minor and the major scales? And the answer is probably not more scales, because with those scales, and maybe the pentatonic scale, but I'm assuming you know that one, you basically got scales covered for many years ahead, unless you're an advanced player. And I think most people asking about this, and it's a common question, are usually, I think, intermediate or maybe beginner guitarists. So either way, you can do anything and everything within these scales. So another scale is probably not the solution you're looking for, although I do understand what your goal is. You sort of learn these scales in the expectation that you would be able to, learn some killer stuff, and you know the scales, but it doesn't sound killer. That's not because you need more scales. That's because you need more examples of what to do within the scales. And I do understand there can be a little bit of confusion because, when you start out, you learn a few chords, and all of a sudden you can play a few songs. So it's like, I learn more chords and I'll know more songs. Makes sense. But it doesn't work the same for lead guitar. Just because you learn more scales doesn't mean you learn more solos. It's actually the opposite. What you have to do is spend less time working on learning more theory and more time learning licks and patterns and phrases that you can put within your scales. Let me give you an example. If I just play like the first scale most people learn is this. That's just like a pentatonic scale. And it sounds a little bit boring if you just play these notes. Hey, I was told that Jimi Hendrix and SRV used this, but when I play the scale, it doesn't sound like that. Ooh, Atom Gamer wants me to shut the fuck up. But that's going to be hard when I explain stuff. I'll do it afterwards. Just a second. So you have your pentatonic scale and just play it up and down. It's going to sound boring. So what you need to do instead is do something with these notes that is not playing up and down, okay? You need to do something that it more reminds you of the stuff you want to play. So you've probably seen someone play an amazing solo, and you're thinking, well, I want to play that amazing solo, so I'm going to learn his scales. Well, those scales, no problem, Atom Gamer. Well, the scales are just a fraction of the secret. The big secret is the things that are done within the scales. And you can actually learn those licks without knowing the scales. So don't care about scales, just learn licks, patterns, and phrases. Spend a lot of time doing that. And it'll sound weird, but the scales are going to come to you naturally if you do that, because you're going to start to see that, hey, why do I always see that combination of notes with these types of licks? Well, that's because it's a scale that's commonly used. So don't start by learning scales, start by learning licks and phrases. That's my tip. So, Christopher Guitar, is that me? Could be my name. Okay, so let's try it. Instead of doing, okay, I play the scale, it sounds like shit. Well, if I do, well, that sounded different and was pretty much the same thing. Let's do it even more extreme. You know, if I just play the top strings, that's boring as hell. But I can do it like same notes, but totally different. So don't learn scales. That doesn't help you much. There are like exceptions where you are getting more advanced. What is going to help you is build your repertoire of licks. That's what needs to be done. And most people need to spend probably a decade or so doing that kind of thing before learning new scales becomes relevant, because you cover so much ground just within your pentatonic, minor, or major scale. Let me know if it makes sense. Haha, Chris is cool, I like it. Hey there, Acoustic King. Atom Gamer, I'm from Stockholm, Sweden. Where are you from? From the Netherlands, cool. No, we're not that far away then. Atom, from the US, where in US? Or is it Latin America, perhaps? You just said America. Awesome unit. Keep it up. New York, cool. question there by Acoustic King on Twitch, which is a little bit unusual. Very happy to see there are some people on Twitch as well. So my tips for string skipping when playing fast licks, the number one would be hybrid picking. It's hard to compare that with anything else. Marcos from Argentina, ¿cómo está? So here's the deal. If you do string skipping, the hardest part, I think, with string skipping is to reallocate your pick. Because when you do that, is usually when you hit the wrong string or you mess up. Or maybe it just takes you so much time to move the pick that your hands end up being non-synchronized. So my number one tip is to start using hybrid picking. So combine the pick with the finger. So if you look at my right hand, it's this kind of thing. So right now I'm playing the E, and then I skip to the G, and then I skip to the A. It's almost effortless with this technique. And that's thanks to pick and finger. That would be my absolute number one tip. But it's, it's possible to do without, although much harder. Let's see if I can. This is like a classic Paul Gilbert style. Let's see if we can get that going. So here my tip is, or the trick rather, to do it here is to rely heavily on sliding and legato. So whenever I need to move from the E string to the G string, in other words, performing that string skip, whenever I need to do that, I'm basically doing some hammer-ons and pull-offs or sliding with my left hand to give myself time to pick, okay? If I were picking freaking every note, that would be insanely hard. So like this, that's 2 pull-offs, and that's giving me time to move to the G string. But again, I prefer hybrid picking, so let's try some. Dan Billy, what's up? So with the hybrid picking, it's a little bit easier, especially if you want to be more adventurous. Just sticking to the E and the G string like this can get a little bit repetitive and boring. So what I prefer is to like I don't know, just move across more strings, So yeah, that's just a few tips. I don't know if that was helpful. Probably went by pretty quick, but yeah. Without hybrid picking, yeah, it depends a little bit. If you really want to do these Paul Gilbert shreds, then I guess that you're gonna have to do the picking part. But if you're after like more general usage case and just more fusion maybe, or blues, whatever, then I would say hybrid picking. Of course, with hybrid picking, I can't really do the fast alternate picking. That's not really possible. So instead, I'm relying on legato for that Paul Gilbert pattern. That's why I said that if you want it to sound like Paul Gilbert, you have no choice. But if you want to play other patterns as well, then I would say that hybrid is more versatile for string skipping. Okay, I need to rest my brain now and play a little bit. Thank you, Dan Billy on Instagram. Ashley, you can do it, man. Just keep at it. Glad you did get Acoustic King. Windows Wanna, what's up? That's Acoustic King. That's a great idea. I used to do that a lot, but I don't like doing it anymore because you get these constant copyright strikes, and I just hate that. But if you can tell me the style you'd like me to play in, maybe I can find one of my own backing tracks in that style, or I can try to, play in that style. But I've actually stopped doing the just random backing tracks because, yeah, I hate those copyright strikes. Plus, I'm streaming on 4 different platforms now, so chances are it's gonna get somewhere taken down. The guitar looks cool. Thank you, Lamtung. I wish I could pronounce that. But I can actually, while you make your request, I can try. I have more backing tracks here that are my backing tracks. F sharp minor. Guthrie Govan style, so something funky fusion maybe. Yeah, Acoustic King, that's right, F sharp minor. This is F sharp minor. Zach, what's up? Here's a soft one for you. With a bit of legato for you, Zach. Still soft. Gotta keep it soft. Please. Sorry, Lamtung, I don't know any Plateaus. I don't know anybody's song. I haven't played cover songs for decades. I haven't played my own song either, but I do record them. Sick as always. Thank you, Zach. Never covers, too good. Thanks, man. Zach, you're too kind with the comparisons there. Thanks, man. Okay. Let's do a bit more of those outside runs. It's hard. I'm gonna fail here, but it's worth a try. You can do more of the violin, that's just volume swells. So it's good if you can do hammer-ons from nowhere. I'm hitting the strings without picking them and still producing sound like this, right? If I do that with the volume down, I can do this. Thank you, Jimmy, on Instagram. That more often. It's a pretty cool technique. I was thinking about getting a volume pedal at one point, but to be honest with you, I'm a little bit sick of all these pedals. It just makes it very clumsy to do stuff if you need to get all your pedal gear out. So why not just learn to do it with a volume knob? Haha, thank you, Dan Billy. Yeah, I work on my finger flexibility. DT, thanks for digging. So Lam Tung, I don't know any metal songs anymore. You know, my metal songs knowledge extends to a couple of Metallica riffs back in the days, but we've had some quests. There was one request for Guthrie Govan tracks. Well, I think that this isn't a funk track, but I think we used to have someone, a GMC, let's see here. Let's see, jam room, funky rock we have, let's try that. Let's try funky rock. Pretty cool. Maybe this is the most Guthrie-ish. Of course, my sound isn't very Guthrie Govan-ish. So I guess we would have to try to play some outside stuff. some. I failed. Maybe more of a Greg Howe thing, I don't know. The title of the song earlier, that was all my backing tracks, and that one was called Heavy Melancholy, but you can find it on my YouTube channel if you search for Chris Backing Tracks, the playlist. He maybe would throw in some like maybe something like funky, but I must be honest, I'm stressed out trying to play like someone else, especially Guthrie. I can't do that. That's the thing, and that's always been my philosophy. Whenever someone says, "Oh, I want to put my guitar down now," I was like, "Well, you want to put your guitar down because you can't play like me, but no one can play like you, you know?" And that's really true. I mean, of course, before you can play anything, that's not hard to accomplish. But the more you learn, the harder it is to play like you. And of course, Guthrie being one of the most skilled improvisers, it's nearly impossible to play like him. And I've never tried, and I don't think I'll try again because I'm bound to fail. I always try to play like me, you know, and sometimes I fail with that as well. So playing like someone else is just a daunting task. Kizar, thank you for digging this. So yeah, it's all good fun, but I'm too crap to play like someone else. Let's try it. I failed again. Kills me. Concesiao Junior, what's up on Instagram? We got a question there by Lam Tongue. How can you sweep so easily? I've tried it so many times, but I think this technique is pretty hard for me. Yes, there is a misconception out there that sweeping is easy, but it's not. The basics is easy, the actual sweep movement. That's pretty easy, you can learn that in one day probably. But the other part, synchronizing that with some fancy left-hand stuff, that takes years and years and years of practice. So nothing is wrong with you, Lam Tung. It just requires a lot of practice and time. Taboos. How can I phrase on blues scale? I always miss the blues note. So an interesting one. We're in A minor here, so we can try it. So you have your A minor pentatonic. How do you add the blues note? There it is. If you play it for too long, it's going to sound bad. So what you got to do is lightly touch upon it. But a lot of times you don't need to play that blues note to sound bluesy, you know? I can just do... So no blues note there, just SRV inspired blues licks. So if you want to learn that kind of blues sound, then just search for SRV blues licks and you're going to find this kind of stuff. Oh, I added the blues lick there, blues note. Ronet Mard is asking on Instagram, what do you think of Yngwie Malmsteen? Well, he's cool. I've been very inspired by him without ever really learning his solos, just his techniques and his REH video. Very influential. What is the secret behind his small arm swing and fast beat? So yeah, he does a lot of economy picking, but he either does like one string shredding, so that doesn't require big movement. So this kind of thing. You know what you do? That kind of thing. Or he does legato, which doesn't require a big picking movement either. You know, you could just like... So I'm just sweeping, like... You don't need a big movement for that. Or he does economy picking, like... I'm bad at that. That's a classic Yngwie. Or he does legato, which is a combination of picking and legato, like this. It's weird because it doesn't look like economy picking, and it isn't. It's pick, pick, hammer on, pick, pick, hammer on, pick, pick, hammer on, like that. So, and if you combine all of those, that's when you get the one string, like. It's funny though to play Yngwie over this kind of fusion track. It's a bit unusual. Cool guys, so it's Saturday and I got out of the duties. I want to hang a little bit with my family, maybe take a walk with my dear wife before the sun sets or before it gets dark here. So I want to thank you for being around. It's been a lovely session and I love these weekend streams. Wish I could do them longer and more often, but we only have weekends once per week here in Sweden. I'm just kidding. So it's always harder to find time during the weekend, of course. Am I mute? How can I be mute? I don't think I'm mute. So yeah, I want to do it more often, but I really enjoyed this hour we've had with each other. I want to wish you good practice today and tomorrow. You know it. You have more time now. You have more stuff to shred. If you want ideas, you can always go to my Patreon. Lots of free stuff there. If you just want to get ideas for licks, exercises, and the scales I use and all that stuff. So yes, have a really good weekend. Lots of practice. And I'll see you soon again. Cheers.